Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today's probably going to be one of my most valuable videos I'm ever going to drop, and how we scaled an average creator from $1,000 to $21,000 in just 30 days with no ads, no shout for shout outs, all organic. So let's get into it. So I run a six-figure OnlyFans business that helped multiple creators scale. And in this case, this one transformation proves what's possible when a creator is truly consistent and backed by the right systems in place. So when this model came to us, she was absolutely drained from her previous agencies who kept going up, then going down and running her page to the ground. And she had no sustainable income, there was no predictability, and she just felt like she was gambling. And that's why she came to us begging for our help. And today I'm going to give you guys the full breakdown of what we actually did to get to that position, to get her into that position. So as you can see here, before any systems were in place, before she was working with us, she was making $1,370 per month. And just 30 days after systems were put in place, she's already scaled to $21,000 per month. So let's get into it. So first I want to talk about the pain, but the pain before she broke out of it, the pain she was feeling before she worked with us. So one of the first things she said to us was, and I don't know why, but this hit me hard. So she said, I put in the work so I know I can get the results, but it's been like this for months and I don't know how to fix it. For me, that really hit. I don't really know why, it just hit me hard. So I was like, right, I want to help this person. I want to help her get into her best position she can. So her story, she had obviously been with previous agencies before me, and her first agency got her Instagram banned. So she was making about like 20 to 30K a month, and her first agency got her Instagram banned, which is obviously not great. And then she went to another agency that didn't get her Instagram banned, but they kept on getting her Instagram flagged up, which obviously causes that friction to scale. So yeah, because her previous management ran her page to the ground, by constantly getting her Instagram flagged and not having a high value chatting team actually in place, she wasn't scaling and she was always stuck at 1K per month. As you can see here, she was the top 5.9% creators of all time. She had low view Insta Reels. So as you can see here, they're not actually too bad. Like, they're not actually too bad. You got the 5.8K there. You've got the 6.5. You got the 8.9. Like, they weren't actually like terrible. Like, they just weren't scaling though. Like, there were no, you won't see no at least like 10K views, which is obviously not good and it's not where she wanted to be. The key difference is that these are all just generic OnlyFans reels. There's nothing actually separating her and grabbing the attention of potential subscribers because she wasn't actually giving off her personality. So there was a bottleneck there, just itself. And I'll show you guys a few examples.
I'm literally going to regret this, but what's the first word that comes to mind when you see me?
But as you can see there, right, there's a few positives you can actually take from this, right? So first off, she's confident and she's good on talking on camera. But there's a few negatives, right? One from the bat is the quality is not great. You can see from the screen, right? The quality isn't great, it's a bit blurry. And the fact that she's just a generic reel, Insta reel that you would expect from any OnlyFans creator, right? And that's the key difference that we love to implement on, is that separating an OnlyFans creator to actually building a brand around herself. As you see there, there was no talking, so there's nothing to actually grab the viewer's attention. This one's a bit better because she's obviously putting like what she's actually doing in action, movement, but it's the same old. Not seen not one OF creator do something similar to this. So there's the problem there. So let's go to the content machine. These are the viral hooks we use and the verticals that we plugged in.
I'm just getting ready to eat my pink taco, and then I like push him away because I'm a little bit shy because I haven't shaved in a couple of days, and then he proceeds to do it and absolutely devour it. I will take that man's last name. If a man's getting...
So as you can see there, just from the bat, the quality is so much better, the lighting is so much better, and she's actually speaking to the camera. And she's not just speaking to the camera, you can see the facial expressions are also really key. Just by scrolling, it'll grab the viewer's attention. And the way she's saying it, her tone, she's really expressing how she's talking.
The worst thing about being my brother, start with the best.
I don't think there's a best part. When you first started, I got quite a bit of money. So we'll just say money.
So you think that's all I'm good for?
Yeah.
Right. What's the worst thing?
Oh, it's just disgusting. Any argument I get into, your sister does OF, shut your mouth. They're not wrong though, they're not wrong. You could just like, pick up actual job.
I've had an actual job.
Yeah.
So as you can see there, we came up with a unique content vertical that not many OF creators have used, and it's another talking one, and it's with her family member, her brother, and it just gives off that personal side as well, so the potential subscriber can see this and get more of an insight of what she's like and how she is. And this really scaled and this really worked, and it's also really controversial as well.
Next time you're riding him in reverse cowgirl, make sure you're holding onto his ankles really tight. And then when he's about to come, just start tickling the fuck out of his feet. I mean, realistically, what are they going to do? In that moment, they're so vulnerable. Next time you're...
So obviously this one as well is we brought a bit of comedy to it. So obviously tickle his feet is a strange thing to say. And obviously people reacted to that. And she's confident again on camera, smiling to the screen. And the way she's just laying in bed makes it seem really casual and just one-to-one. And yeah, we just implemented on the comedy side as well to just give off more of that personality. But there we go again, right? You got the 8 inches or the 5 inches, and she went for the 5 inches, she went for the smaller size, and obviously that's going to be controversial in itself, and a bit of comedy as well, because then people have an opinion and then they write their opinion on Insta. As you can see here, this guy here says, "I sense cap." It got the viewers interacting with her posts. So as you can see here, this one we went with the public approach, as it's in public and there's writing on the cards, inappropriate writing on the cards, and she just gave a little smirk to the camera that gives off that effect. The content systems, the platforms that we used. So we'll start off with TikTok. So we posted 3 TikToks per day, 1 account was client ran, and 3 was agency ran. So here, as you can see, we plugged in the verticals, we plugged in the hooks, and they started working really well. Here you got 2.1 mil, 140K, 135, 154K, and so on and so on. And I'll give you guys.
If your girlfriend is telling you that she's having a bad day, she doesn't want to hear, "Oh, I'm sorry about that." She wants you to bend her over the kitchen counter. Like, the first 5 seconds of back door is like, but once you get past that, you're literally going to be like Aladdin on his magic carpet. Nothing, and I mean nothing, is more attractive than when a guy forces you to make eye contact while you're, because I'm a little shy about like the faces, but if he forces you...
So as you can see, right, the facial expressions, the tone, the leaning into the camera to make it more enticing. Yeah, and here she even gives guys tips, right?
That she's having a bad day. She doesn't want to hear, "Oh, I'm sorry about that." She wants you to bend her over the kitchen counter. Like...
So We moved her to talking verticals and more such as mirror verticals, Snapchat verticals, skits, and on-screen text verticals, and we plugged them in. And these hooks and verticals converted into views that actually converted. So instead of posting hooks that are not polarizing, she started saying this. If your girlfriend is telling you that she's having a bad day, she doesn't want to hear, oh, I'm sorry about that. She wants you to bend over in the kitchen counter like, and then so and so. And this was the start of something big. And the facial expressions really, really helped, as you can see, as we saw there. So it's polarizing because it blends emotional vulnerability with sexual dominance, two of the most powerful but opposing themes. So that contrast is what makes people stop, react, and comment, which is often the goal. And that certain polarizing talking video triggered the male ego, so telling guys what they want to hear or don't want to hear, the opposite. And the arousal, right? So the sudden sexual escalation catches the viewer off guard, and it stimulates erotic curiosity and builds that curiosity to watch on further and continue that retention. And the power dominance, right? So it plays into the fantasy of being assertive and desired. So obviously guys, not all guys, but most guys like the power, they like the dominance, and it plays into that role. We also did content shoots to batch create what was working, as you can see here. And obviously we were going to multiple content shoots with her because she put in the work, we put in the work, and that's how our partnership runs. So doing multiple content shoots with this model was a huge win for both consistency and conversions. It literally allowed us to build a strong backlog of high quality content, so she always has something ready to post without scrambling last minute. So what we did was we mixed professionally shot photos for her Instagram, her feed, and her OnlyFans feed with more casual, homemade clips she filmed herself. And that balance between polished visuals and the authentic real life moments is what really drives engagement. So it makes her brand feel aspirational but still relatable. And even some of the reels were filmed on a professional camera, while others were kept just simple on an iPhone to keep that natural personal feel her audience connects with. And yeah, that's why implementing photo and video shoots are so key, especially as well, she brings a consistency, you need to do it. So we started off with Instagram and TikTok, but I'm gonna go on to YouTube. Because YouTube is so slept on by other creators, YouTube is so important, and it's exactly what we implemented. So as you can see here, we also implemented YouTube Shorts as well, not just the normal videos, but YouTube Shorts as well. What we did with the videos was the try and hauls converted really well for her. As you can see here, we did Q&As, we did the podcast with her family member, and yeah, just more hauls, because the try and hauls converted really well for her, as it gives that slight sexual arousal to the male viewers without even speaking to them directly, which aligns really well with the YouTube's guidelines too, as it theoretically helps other women because she is talking about the items of clothing, right? For example, like how items fit, the sizing, the quality of the material, and talking about where the items are from. So the video is filmed like it's for females, but it gains a large male audience because of that sexual arousal. And the Q&As give off her personality, which is key, as the potential subscribers fall in love with her personality, not just her looks. And that's what I was talking about before, is that we like to separate it from just being a normal OF creator to actually her brand and her personality. So the potential subscribers, we want to buy into her personality, not just the looks. So that worked really well with YouTube as well. Being able to keep the viewers' retention throughout a long form video means they're way more likely to subscribe and become whales or VIPs, because they subscribe with the intention of getting to know the model after they like what they initially see. And what we came to realize is that most of the subscribers that came from YouTube were all VIPs and whales, because they have that long-term retention, and they're not there because of her looks, they're there because of her personality. So they're all gonna build that long-term relationship with her, and they all want that connection, that bond with her. So they always become long-term spenders. And yeah, whales are built of strong connections, which is also key because they value the relationship with the model significantly more than the content. like regular subs do. So that's why it always converted really well. So what we did with her, we done daily YouTube shorts we posted with 1 video per week on the feed. As you can see here, some of the results. The short had 160,000 views, and this video had 12,000 views since it was published, which is absolutely crazy. And this video had 11,000 views. Also, views like this just by repurposing existing content, which was initially recorded for her Instagram and TikTok. So this is why YouTube Shorts is a great extra way to get views and to go viral. YouTube is so underrated, and I don't believe enough creators actually use YouTube. But yeah, this is YouTube is definitely for the hard working individuals, not for the creators that just want to scale fast and not put in 100% effort that is needed. Then we move on to the main platform that we use, which is Instagram. This is the main platform that we used for her, and it was an absolute goldmine. It really was. We turned her Instagram into a viral machine, and we utilized that even more with our trial reel system. So we literally went from her guessing what to post every single reel, hitting under 10K views, feeling like she's on a treadmill, to having actual structure and predictability, and no more gambling or feeling stuck what to post and hoping it goes viral, because with our systems, it actually changed everything. As you can see here, every video here is above 10K. Every single video. As you see here, 24K likes, 16.6 million views, 14.3 million views, and here are the biggest ones: 1 mil, 9.1 mil, 4.3 mil. So this was just before we signed her. This was her Instagram at 1 million views. So yeah, before we actually signed her, she already had 1 million views, which gave us a sign that she really has that potential to be a star. And what we did with her is that we done daily stories such as Q&As, just mirror pics, or when she's out for a coffee or out doing an activity. Yeah, we told her to post it to boost that engagement with the potential subscribers and the subscribers watching on her Instagram. And we posted only 3 reels per day. So the key things we did, we stay consistent with daily reel uploads, never missing a single day to build momentum. And we started by posting once a day for 3 days just to build up the algorithm. Then we increased it to twice a day for the next 3. And then finally settled into a steady rhythm of 3 reels per day. Maintaining an active story was crucial, whether like I said, whether it was a selfie, a call to action, a Q&A, or a repost of her content. We made sure there were always at least 1 story live at all times. We repurposed her top performing reels into test versions, treating each one like a lottery ticket with the potential to go viral. That's with our trial reel system. Our trial reel system, what are trial reels? So trial reels are Instagram's quiet distribution feature, a way to push reels to non-followers only without showing up on your grid or on your feed. So they're Instagram's way basically of testing your content with cold traffic risk-free. So use Instagram's trial reels feature for massive organic reach, and obviously we're going full 100% on organic. So what we can do is turn 1 viral video into 100 plus unique pieces of content. So for example, this right here, so here, right, let me 1 mil, 9.1 mil, 4.3 mil. These are all viral reels, and what we can do is use these to create over 100 plus unique pieces of content, which build a high performance short form content machine using proven verticals. So trial reels don't show up on your grid. They're not shown to followers, just to cold audiences, so they can be reposted again and again. This is why it's so important and key to use trial reels correctly, because if you don't, it just won't work and you'll get nowhere with the trial reel system. So to make sure we're using trial reels correctly, we change them so they don't look similar using an AI software that alters the metadata. So this allows you to test ideas without hurting your account performance. And as you can see here are a few views we've got: 58K, 36K, 188,000. And I'm going to show you the step-by-step on how to use trial reels effectively. So what we did was we found the winning vertical, right? So we had the podcast verticals, the talking ones, right? and the mirror ones. We use all of these, and the next step was to drop it into our AI software and edit them. So once we identify a reel that hits anything that gets 100k plus views, a high CTR, or drives profile taps, we drop it into our AI software. And this AI software creates 100 plus unique variants with different music, pacing, subtitles, cuts, filters, and more. So using trial reels, if you do it right, creates an infinite scale engine. So the third step, we posted on trial reels and changed the caption every time, as well as making a small extra edits. And then the fourth step is we repeat. Literally just do the same thing over and over again and repeat. Because once a system is working, don't overcomplicate it, don't overthink it. So don't change what's working, right? And then the fifth step is we tracked everything. We tracked it all, because tracking is key. So we tracked the metrics, the CTR, the saves, and the follows. We used a Google Sheet to track it all, the views, the likes, the comments, the saves, the shares, and the profile visits, as you can see here. So I'm gonna go into a bit more of behind the call to action, right? So instead of using click here for a free trial or click here for exclusive content, we use simple, subtle wording on the sticker text to create curiosity. This has also helped us stay within Instagram's TOS. As you can see here, Spend Your Friday with me, the behind the scenes, here is the bio, the welcome message funnel. So we used, hey babe, you should put me as your new lock screen. And as this isn't a typical welcome message, this got more replies. So once a new sub replied, our chatters focus on building rapport. The most important things to find out about a fan are their age, real name, job, and where they're from. This way, it gives a good idea of how much money they have and what situation they're currently in. So here's what it's like after working with us. As you can see, she was in the top 0.87% of all creators. And as you see here, we took it to $21,000 per month. And then the month after that, we took it to $32,000 per month. And just more evidence right here, she was in the top 54% of all creators. So she went from 1K a month with no systems in place, no predictability, feeling like she was about to give up, to being to the top 0% of all creators, making 5 figures a month. So if we look over here as well, here you go here. I would scroll up for ages trying to find more messages, but I just couldn't. And it would just take me like ages. But yeah, here's a few here. And this is how we scaled a creator from $1,000 per month to $21,000 per month with no ads, no shout for shout outs, just pure 100% organic. So if you like what you see and you're in current need of help, or you've got a team behind you right now, but they're not helping you reach your full potential, and you're a creator who is coachable, consistent, high outbound, data-driven, no entitlement with no complaints, and is obsessed and invested in growth and acts like a top creator before you are one, then this could be for you. So what is this and what's this for? So first off, this is not for you if you want quick money, you don't post daily and can't stay consistent, you bring everything else and you overthink everything, expect results fast without putting in the work, and you're not long-term minded. But if you're none of those things, then this is for you. So our guarantee, we help hardworking creators double their revenue in just 60 days. If we fail, then you don't pay and we will work for you for free until we actually do. So there's no catch, there's no empty promises, just full 100% transparency and results. So this is how our payment system is. So you got your revenue goal, you get your results, then we get paid. We don't get to eat unless you do. So we're not an agency, we're a partnership. So both sides aim for the same goal. In other words, if you don't scale, neither do we. So if you're ready for a change, comment the word partnership or DM me partnership on Instagram. And me and my team currently have an offer for creators who are stuck between $1,000 to $5,000 per month. So if you are stuck making $1,000 to $5,000 per month and you want us to audit your socials and your OF for free, DM me audit on Instagram. So I hope you guys liked this video. I hope this video brought value to you. And as always, stay tuned and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.